Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for tuning into another episode of the Dumpster Diaries Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Justin Allen, and today we have the return of the very funny, good buddy of mine, Crochet Jay, man. Dude, thanks for coming back in, man.
Most definitely. Thanks for inviting me back.
Yeah, dude, you're always welcome here. I was doing some editing for the last video we got, and I was like, oh no, the audio's messed up because all our settings, everything, just when you move across state lines, you know, it just, you know, you gotta work things out.
Yeah.
Things get messed up a little bit. So, but we're back, baby. We're back better than ever.
Shit, yeah. That's all right, man. You should hear some of the old rap records I've made over the years. I don't know where any of them are at anymore. Can't really find. I got a couple, but yeah, man, there a lot of them. Yeah. So I ain't tripping on that.
Dude, I have to admire your crocheting skills. So have you like evolved into doing vegetables now? Like
Yeah. Because it don't take long to do it. The first time I ever did one, I made a pumpkin. This little pumpkin. And then
I like the corn though.
I just did the corn, and if you take it, like pick it up and like pull out the yellow. Yeah.
What? No doubt.
Yeah, you can chow down now. Yeah.
Dude, that is cool, man. And then, you know, if you didn't check out the other episode with Crochet Jay, you know, he is a comedian and he does, you know, comedy, but he does almost like a prop comedy style. And also, you know, he's always crocheting at all these shows. So he brings that sign, "We'll crochet for food," sits down and starts making, I don't know, Afghans, beanies, you name it, and then does his set, which is extremely entertaining, and then turns around and usually just gives it out for free half the time, right?
Yeah. I got to give back some kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, yarn is cheap, so
yeah.
You know,
I can see you like starting to charge, you know, and you can get into like a whole argument about inflation and the price of yarn going up, you know,
man,
like a commodity people don't think about ever.
It still ain't that bad. It's definitely more expensive than when I started out, just as with everything. But but man, like it really ain't that bad. It's a cheap hobby, you know. And then people give me yarn sometimes. My family, my wife and my family bought me a new bag. Hold on, I can't
figure out the camera. Yeah, you got like a legit gear bag now, man.
Yeah. My wife got me all these other hooks and shit, you know. So yeah, man, we're good to go,
dude. So you also do artwork, like sketches and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the thing about Crochet Jay's sets is he incorporates games into his stand-up, into his show, so you get to win prizes. And so sometimes the stuff he's crocheted, and then, you know, I've won, I think, 2 hand sketches, like pencil sketches that you've done.
Yeah.
They're actually really good, but I wanted to say, man, I've kept them all. I have them like put up like aside just in case. You want to get a critique from me, a little piece of advice? Start signing them and dating them.
Okay, yeah, everyone tells me that, but like, I don't know. I've always like I will do it.
Just do it on the back.
Yeah. I will do it or whatever, but I kind of like the anonymity of it all sometimes, you know.
You.
But I gave out a bunch of paintings at a park one time to this lady and her family, and she wanted me to sign all of them, so I just signed the back of all of them for her real quick. But yeah, man.
Yeah, because I was gonna get one framed and I was gonna put it in the studio.
Yeah, well, I can definitely sign them while I'm still here.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, no doubt. Just you know, whenever you blow up and get big, man, I'm be like,
oh yeah, I'm already blowing up and getting big, bro. Yeah, Shreveport C-list celebrity. Yeah, I'm already blowing up.
Dude, there's been so much crap that has happened since the last time I talked to you, man, just in the city, you know?
Yeah.
Like good, bad, ugly, man. The comedy scene's been going pretty well. We had like a really good turnout at the Tiki Bar.
Yeah.
On Friday, and they brought over a bunch of friends of mine. I think there was only one guy that performed that I didn't know. Like I knew who he was. I just had never met him.
I recognized most of them from the pictures you had took. But yeah.
And so I got to see some old buddies, man, from Texas. They came over and they just packed out the entire house and put on a killer show, man. I was really impressed. I was like, all right, here we go. But yeah, dude, there's been all kinds of stuff going on. I mean, Shreveport made national news. You know, that was wild with that shooting that happened, man.
Oh, which one?
The one with the children.
Oh,
yeah, dude. That I still don't know. I don't think we're gonna know for a while, like the finer details what happened. But I didn't even see about it on Facebook. I didn't hear about it from anybody until at the end of the night, I turned on the news because every night I watch ABC World's News with David Muir.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 20 minutes of straight facts. You make your own opinions, right?
Yeah.
And then I just saw it was like, oh, Shreveport, Louisiana is making national headlines tonight. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked.
Yeah.
And I guess this guy killed, 8 kids? And then 1 woman, and then attempted to kill another child.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that, bro. I mean, Shreveport's been wild my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just so much shit.
Well, what gets me with stuff like that, man, is like, I don't know. You know, it's, I get like regular violence, like especially the cliche, cliche example is going to be like gang violence. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like it's a territorial thing. Like you're in, you know, whatever you're selling, whatever you're doing.
It's a poverty thing.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like,
but then there's some like acts of violence where I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Nah, well, we were talking earlier about like, you know, people on medication. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people are not on medication, they're on the wrong medication. Mm-hmm. And like you don't know. And then like you can find a gun at a Sonic picnic table, you know. So
especially here, man.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, it's just always been like that, man. I remember in Bossier too, people act like Bossier's like a lot better than Shreveport, but it gets wild in Bossier too.
They're just a little more low key about it. It happens.
It gets wild in Bossier too. Yeah. When I was a kid, I was with my friends from New Orleans, and we were over in the hood, and then someone rolled by and they were just firing shots. They didn't shoot nobody. They just fired some shots.
Sure.
And like all the dudes were walking inside, but they were trying to look gangster as they were walking inside and walking slow. And then my friend's stepdad from New Orleans was like, "What the fuck y'all going inside for?" and shit like that, because they're from New Orleans, so like he didn't give a fuck about that. Yeah. Like nobody got hit and shit. And then his wife's yelling at him to get in the car because she has to go pee. And he's like, "Don't worry about that gun." She's like, "I ain't worried about no gun. I got to go pee." and shit. So it's always been wild, like around here, bro. And then, and growing up in the country, like I heard gunshots all the time. So like, yeah.
Because I grew up in the country as
well.
Man.
Not saying that it's violence happening, but like you never know. Yeah. You know, you never know what's going on.
I mean, I know where I'm from, like, you know, middle of nowhere, Texas, like, anytime there's like 4th of July or New Year's, it's going off, you know, like people just shooting guns into the air. Yeah, man. So we
that's the only time my street shoots is on the holidays. Yeah, it's family friendly.
Yeah, so I went to church this morning because they were doing I don't want to say like a charity work or like a fundraiser, but they were putting together, basically the members of the congregation were encouraged, which everyone did. They're writing letters, like note cards to the kids at the schools and stuff, you know, like where they knew all the other students that passed away. And so it was kind of tough writing that stuff, man. And like sending, I mean, it was for a good cause and everything, you know, but I was like, damn, dude, like that's, man. But I don't even have kids, but I could imagine like having kids.
Oh yeah,
would.
Well, it's sad.
Change how you relate to the
it's a sad ordeal, and like I don't know what's going on in dudes' head to do something like that. But yeah,
it is, man. You really don't even know, especially now. There's so much shit that's out on the streets. Like if it was drug related, like you know what I mean. Like if someone just took some bad shit and freaked out.
I never know. Like even if there's a police report. I've read like falsified police reports before, you know what I mean, about shit, and like so you never know. I'm not saying that was by any means or anything like that, but I never know the circumstances of like when I hear something tragic happen, I'm like, dang, you know, like I wish it would chill out, you know, because like that's just unnecessary. That's like they didn't do anything, you know, to deserve that
for sure.
But bro, it's just.
Yeah. Man. I don't know. It's wild times, man, we're living in, you know. I mean, I try to stay positive, you know, but But then it's also like, especially now when you look at like the media, the news, most of the time, what is it? The age old saying, bad news sells.
Yeah.
So they're always just going to focus on.
If it's always positive, then it's not stimulating, you know. It's like, I guess even back when we were like more primitive and tribal, you know, like we just see something that's different than us, we don't like it, you know, and we either get along with it though, or we don't like it and we go to war with it.
Yeah.
It's been like that all the time, you know,
Yeah.
as long as, you know.
Yeah,
So,
it's like that Iran shit.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I remember when it was first coming out, and I don't it's mainstream media doing this stuff. They
Yeah.
keep talking about a draft. I'm like, there's not going to be a draft. Like, do you know how many people we have in the military and how many people in our reserve components are? You're not going to have a draft. I think even if a world war would have happened, I don't even see that really happen, like a draft happening anytime soon.
Well, bro,
you know,
I'll get my ass beaten boot camp. I ain't getting out of my bed for shit if they.
Hey, bro, I did it, bro. I'm telling you, man. 4:30 in the morning comes real early, dude.
Yeah, because like
it's still cold and shit. There's like mist outside, you know. It's like,
I ain't doing that.
Like, I remember like every morning because I went in the fall and my training was like in San Antonio, Texas. But I remember like in September, you know, they'd wake us up 4:30 in the morning. So we were like basically out on the pad by like 5 a.m. pretty much, like in our PT gear, you know. So basically booty shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah. And I just remember there just being like that fog, that mist that settles over the grass, like when it's really, really, really early in the morning or really late at night when it's real cool. And I was just like, damn it, dude. We're about to go run. So like in this shit. And then, dude, it was just all the time. I was like, dude, I swear to God, once I get out of the military, I'm sleeping in as much as I possibly can. And I do. I take advantage of it.
Yeah, when I was like 11, I wanted to join the military. And then when I was like 13, I'm like, I don't want to join the military.
Yeah.
Because I saw like a lot of my friends, family, like, and they're kind of like fucked up from that shit. Not saying everybody is, but like my friend's dad, like he was cool, but like his wife told me like he would just have nights where he would just be like crying, like you know what I'm saying, like just like crying because of all like the shit that he has seen or whatever. Like you think he's an asshole, but he really just like you could tell he got changed going through that shit.
Sure.
Like, I can only imagine what you went through.
Yeah.
You know, like going through the military or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it changes like who you are as a person. Even if you just have a regular desk job and then you just do that for 4 years and get out, like you still like you can argue if it's for better or for worse in some cases, but yeah, I mean, if you survive that type of lifestyle for a few years, you're gonna be a little different. Like, I mean, it can be little things, you know. Like I know some guys that still like make their bed every single morning.
Yeah,
to a T and shit, you know.
I actually like the discipline aspect of it and shit.
Or like some people that even like on Saturdays and Sundays when they can't sleep in, they're still getting up at like 6:30, 7 in the morning or something like that, you know. Which that ain't me, dog. That ain't me at all.
Yeah. And I can wake up early too. But and do all that. I used to have to wake up at 4:30 and shit like that.
No, I don't miss those days, man.
Yeah, I used to wake up at 4:30 and go to the gym, but you know, like that's lately not so much.
That's probably the only way I would actually do it, man. If I was like going to the gym or something.
Yeah, and then you come back home and go to sleep. You know?
Oh, yeah, dude, it's been a wild time, dude. I went to go see that Bus Boys movie.
How was it?
Theo Von. I liked it. Some critics are kind of crapping on it right now.
Yeah, if you liked it though.
Yeah, I liked it. I felt like it was the money well spent, and then I kind of liked the cause behind it. You know, being a self-produced, completely independent film that's made it to theaters. You know, and then they're trying to bring back a lot of stuff in comedy that most people can't talk about or do because of major studios and public backlash and all that crap. But it was funny, man. It wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. I will say that.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good, man. They make some jokes in there that a lot of people try to stray away from.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of transgender jokes in there. Is all I'm going to say. You know, I was like, all right, yeah, we got this shit.
Yeah. You know, it's funny how people like just started paying attention to trans people, like, because they've been out here, you know.
Yeah, it's not a new concept.
Yeah. And I grew up like around everybody growing up or whatever. And then like my cousin, he wasn't trans, but he did like drag. Yeah. And he's a real estate agent in a different state. And his real estate shit was like him in drag with the fruit basket on his head and shit. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, like it ain't never bothered me because And then I remember when people were like, they got the transgender bathrooms at Waffle House. And I was like, it's always been a dude and a woman on that sign.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like anybody can go into this restroom or whatever, like because it's a singular restroom.
Yeah.
And I remember someone was talking about that. I'm like, that sign's always been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so people just started, like you were talking about the news, if it's not negative or you know, or like trying to...
It's just rage baiting bullshit.
Trying to distract people from what's really going on.
Because my thing is, especially when it comes to the bathrooms, like if it's just a single occupied bathroom, it's like whatever. But here's what I'll say. Okay, fine. You can make your arguments. Not you, Jay, but like in general, you can make your arguments, pro, cons, whatever. I really don't give a shit. I'm just going to talk about my own personal experiences of living overseas and then coming back to America. So I spent half a decade living in Europe. Spent some more time living in Asia. Okay. So in Europe, man, one thing that I noticed, a lot of places had unisex bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like there was it was just
exactly.
bathroom. And so I've literally gone to bathrooms. Now, I will say this, they'll have like individual stalls and stuff, of course, right?
Yeah.
But I've literally gone into bathrooms where it's men and women in there, like talking while they're washing hands, shit. Like, I mean, I was like, damn, like, okay.
Right.
Like,
we have a Puritan belief system over here because that's who started this shit.
Yeah.
You know,
because when I'm taking a shit, the last thing I'm worried about is the gender of someone in a stall next to me.
Right, exactly.
But I will defend some of the more conservative beliefs here because the big thing is like, what about children and women and stuff like that? Well, I'll say this.
And just sickos and shit like that. Yeah,
I don't have children.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't feel like I can give a good opinion on that, you know. But also at that point, like if your kid's that young, they're probably not going to the bathroom by themselves either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. It never really fazed me all that much, but also I never saw it as a problem for me. You know what I mean? Because it's I don't dude, I've literally like, if I'm going, I'm going. I don't care. Like whether it's behind a tree or in a box somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, bro, that's the reason sex sells in this world is because it's so, what's the word? Not ostracized. It's so like, that it's turned into something that's like, not supposed to be natural, but it is natural. You know what I'm talking about? What's the word?
Yeah, like taboo.
Yeah.
Like shame on you.
Yeah. Especially if it's in the family and ingrained and shit like that.
Not to mention, like our entire species. That's what we require to actually.
That's how we
continue
exist.
To go on, and then it's just like shame on you if you even think about it.
That's how we exist. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think a lot of it is rooted in religion, is where a lot of it comes from. Like you said, the Puritan beliefs kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Exactly. Because wasn't the Renaissance people like also getting freaky?
Yeah.
And shit. And I think that's why the Puritans left, because they didn't want to get freaky. You know, they wanted to lie about their freaky lives. They didn't want to, you know.
But yeah, man. So it's just constant rage bait and stuff, man. And I kind of get tired of it. That's why I only watch the one little news segment, the 20-minute news segment at the end of the night, every night, because it's a daily update.
Yeah.
And then I don't pay attention to anything else that happens. I'm like, you know what? This guy, because he's a news anchor that I actually do trust. And so I'll watch it, get the facts from him, and then I'll just kind of sit back. But he, you know, it's world news. So if it's made it there, then it is a big issue. You know, it's like, all right, cool. But
I'd rather watch cartoons, bro.
That is true, man. Yeah. Good old cartoons. What's your favorite cartoon anyway?
Oh, I don't really got a favorite. I've been watching all the old shit, like the old Spider-Man animated series and
well, you've been using a lot of Hey Arnold stuff in your sets lately.
Oh yeah. I did it more than once recently. I thought it was just.
When I say recent, I mean like over the last month.
Did I do another Hey Arnold thing?
There was definitely at least 2 nights where you.
I black out when I'm up there sometimes. Like I go on autopilot, but yeah.
Yeah. There was 2 nights for sure.
I haven't been watching Hey Arnold lately, but I definitely resonate with that show because I would be, you know, Hey Arnold tries to be like reasonable, and everybody else is like, man, shut the fuck up. You know, that's who I like. I tried to be like a pacifist as a teenager and like not want to fight anybody, and everybody else wants to fight and shit. And they be like, man, fuck all that shit.
So you resonate with Arnold?
Yeah, I resonated with Arnold and shit. As far as that goes, he didn't know his parents. I knew my parents.
Yeah. Yeah, man. What the hell have I been watching? I don't know. I consume a lot of TV. I stay away from excessive like media stuff, but I watch a lot of TV, man. I probably need to get out of that habit.
Hey, fuck it, man.
Well, I mean, like, dude, I don't have any kids, right? And I live alone. So it's like sometimes like somebody like, married friends or friends that are in relationships or friends that have kids, they're like, man, you just like watch TV all the time in your free time? I'm like, dude, like, I mean, I do read too, but come on, man. Like, it's one or the other. Either I'm watching TV or I'm reading, because anything else requires me to go out and spend money to do.
It gets on my nerves? People who say they don't watch TV. I'm like, what are you doing with your life? Like, what you're like, because TV, you can learn something from a show that has nothing to do with about something.
Yeah.
Because like because they put the shit in like the cartoons and like the shows we watched growing up, and I would like I had like a fun fact and tell like my mom that. She's like, where'd you learn that? TV? And I'm like, yeah, like, but I would look it up later as an adult, like, and it was accurate and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My favorite thing with a lot of the older cartoons is, sorry man, my voice getting all raspy.
You good, man.
But my favorite thing about the older cartoons is they were written pretty well, because you can watch it as a child and it's entertaining, but then you can watch it as an adult and you realize their writing is like double speak. It's a show for kids and then it's another show for adults.
Yeah,
they'll have like innuendos and comments and things that only the parents are actually going to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy shit. I mean, the other day I was watching some Ren and Stimpy, and I remember watching that as a kid, and I was like, how did that end up?
Oh, Ren and Stimpy was off the fucking chain.
Dude, I mean, there's stuff now, like when I watch that, because I don't watch it religiously now, but every now and then I'll pop on an episode or two, or like old Beavis and Butthead or something.
Yeah, that's my shit.
With the Ren and Stimpy, man, I wonder sometimes, I'm like, okay, how did they get that on air?
Yeah, because you got the censors and shit, but like money, maybe they just paid more. You never know. You never know. Somebody got some fellatio somewhere down the line, and the show got aired.
For sure.
Hollywood is freaky.
Yeah. Man, you should have came to the Heckle show that we did.
It was good. The Wednesday.
I liked it. Yeah. I liked it. It was a pretty good time. So those of you who don't know, the other week, one of our buddies put on a comedy show called Hecklemania. So the crowd was encouraged to heckle and berate the comedians to try to throw them off their game and mess them up during their sets. Yeah, it was. I'd never done anything like that before, man.
Yeah, I should have pulled up. I wanted to, man, but I fell asleep. To be real with you, but if there's another one though, I'm gonna pull up to that.
Yeah, we'll see. I told him, I was like, you should definitely do another one, man.
Because one time I told the crowd to boo me, and they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So,
and at first, because I'll say we probably had like, I don't know, 8 comedians somewhere around there do it, and. The first one, no one really does anything. So the only people that are actually yelling or doing anything are the actual other comedians sitting in the crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And then, second person goes, third person. But by the time you get to the end, like they're pretty well into it, So it's a whole warm up, because regular people, like, that's just gonna be so awkward. They're not gonna be used to it, But yeah, dude, I went up there and I crashed the fuck out, dude. I went on a huge rant. I was just doing my one-liners, man, because I was like, there ain't no way I can. Dang, man, sorry about that. I need to quit sleeping my fan on or something, man.
Yeah.
I apologize to those that are listening for me, but it just feels like my throat is dried the hell out right now.
I'm surprised mine's not.
Well, all the stuff is starting to come into bloom now, so my allergies are jacking up.
Yeah,
my eyes,
my shit's been fucking up too.
Like, you can hear my nose in here. So
my nose been running. It's like a new breed of pollen or some shit. Because I got immune to the regular pollen. I wasn't getting tore up during allergy season. I was more. I took a bunch of mushrooms one time, and that might have changed my allergies or something. But I probably need to take some more, because that shit ain't working no more, man.
Oh God. But yeah, man, I got up there and freaked out on them. Not like freak. I mean, I was doing my set and they kept like heckling me, and I was trying, because I'm not good at popping off stuff on the top of my head.
Yeah.
An audience member. So I was trying that a little bit, and then they kept coming at me sideways. And what I didn't realize and didn't know about until later is all the comedians had a meeting that I was not a part of, where they decided to go extra hard on my ass.
Oh, for real?
And they made me go last.
Damn.
And I was like, what the fuck? So, but it was good, man.
They set you up like that?
Yeah, I grabbed that microphone, man, and I was like telling people to fuck off, suck my dick. I was like, I don't give a shit. Yeah. And then I loved it, man. Like, it was great. I actually enjoyed that than regular stand-up.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was something weird because it was like the crowd was actually like really engaged with it, you know?
Right. Well, you go in there for it's a game changer.
Yeah.
You go in there to be, and then it's easier to heckle somebody because it's easier to be more confident when you're sitting down.
Yeah.
You ever noticed that?
Yeah.
Like because Donnell Rollins said that he started out heckling people. And then they were like, hey, you got to quit heckling people. You need to like do a set or whatever, you know. And then I saw another interview. He was like, a heckler is just somebody who wants to do stand up, but they're scared to do it, you know, unless they're already doing it. Was there other comedians heckling y'all too at the same time?
It was both. Yeah, the comedians.
It was both? Oh, shit.
The one. Yeah. Well, the comedians started and the audience was feeding off the table of comedians doing it. So they just kind of kept going. I was like, oh, shit. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull up to that.
Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
Even if you don't perform, just seeing it, it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm gonna have to check that out for sure.
Yeah, and then it's a nice little place they did it at too, man. Nice little brewery and stuff.
It was at 7th, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was the first time I ever been there. So
I didn't know there was more than one location. It was in Shreveport.
It was in Shreveport.
Yeah, I didn't know there was more than one location of that place.
There is.
Yeah, but I think there's one in Bossier, isn't there? Or am I tripping?
I think you're tripping. I think there's just one.
There's just one?
It might be in Bossier. I thought it was in Shreveport.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of a different one. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't really go to breweries like talking about, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Some guy watching this.
My fault, y'all.
Some guy watching this in Indiana is like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah. Shout out to Indiana.
Yeah.
Never been there.
Hey, man, I check out the RSS feed, man. We get all kinds of weird stuff popping off all over the world, man. We got like a community of people that actively watch our stuff and listen to it.
Oh, for real? Like, we got big fans of the show and shit?
In Indonesia, yeah.
In Indonesia, yeah.
Shout out to Indonesians, man. I love them.
Indonesians.
I love them. The best that I could come up with was they're probably exploring podcasts to work on English more. That's the best that I could probably come up with.
You remember that dude, Rich Brian?
Rich Brian?
Yeah, he's an Asian rapper from back like about 10 years ago, but he learned English by watching hip hop videos.
Oh, yeah.
And then he blew up on the internet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, I spent so much time living overseas and stuff, man, that I've met a lot of people, like students when they're in school studying English. They will listen to podcasts. They'll listen to American music, like Western music, to like try to, I say Western, but you know,
we are Western.
Yeah, American music and like anything in English, and just to try to get around or get used to it and get comfortable with it, especially when you start to incorporate like slang and stuff like that, you know. So it was really cool, man. You know, but I mean, I was doing that when I was trying to learn German when I was living over there. And I really got into German gangster rap for a little while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm not even a big American rap guy, but I got into German gangster rap.
I know the Russians go hard, too, over there.
Dude, not going to lie,
really,
man.
It's
pretty good.
Really, every country, they got fire rappers now. Yeah, rap was the underground thing for a long time, then now it's like the most popular music art form in the world. Yeah.
Well, I do like rap, but old rap where it comes out of the East Coast, West Coast kind of scene where you really start talking about like the 80s and then to the 90s and stuff. I like that a lot. But a lot of shit that's made today, I'm not a huge fan of.
You just got to listen to the right shit.
Yeah.
It's out there. And plus, music's not recorded the same as it was back then. A lot of artists from back then, they love recording analog as opposed to digital.
Yeah.
Because you had to be in the studio with people back then.
Yeah, and you had to physically work it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not...
Yeah.
You know, digital now with software, you can fundamentally just click a couple of buttons and it does it for you. You know, but analog, like when you're rolling tapes, man.
Yeah, and I don't know what the hertz measurement is for music nowadays, but I've heard it's supposed to be at 432 hertz. or some shit like that.
I think it's 442.
442.
I think so.
I don't know.
It's somewhere around there.
Yeah. Like, and that's why that music just sounds better. Like everything sounds better. Like all the old school shit. That's what I love about that show, Twisted Metal. They just play nothing but 90s to 2002.
Dude, you're the second person I've ever met that's at my age that has seen that.
Yeah, and I didn't even grow up playing the game, but like I love that show, bro.
Oh, dude, no, sorry. You said Twisted Metal. You're talking about the video game. I got you. Okay.
The video game show.
Yeah. I was thinking of that. I was thinking of that cartoon.
Full Metal Alchemist?
Heavy Metal.
Oh, I've seen Heavy Metal too. The movies. Yeah, I've seen those too. Hell yeah.
That's what I was thinking. No, I get what you're saying with the Twisted Metal. Yeah, with it.
Man, whoever made those movies were freaks,
with all Sweet Tooth the Clown and everything.
Yeah. No, I saw that my homeboys, my college homeboys, I wasn't in college at the time, but like they put on Heavy Metal and we were watching that shit back in the day. And I had never heard of that shit. And then I'm like, damn, this shit's wild. And it was made in the 80s.
Dude, it's got a wild soundtrack. It's got a bad... I have the album somewhere for it in the house.
I fuck with the Heavy Metal 2000 also. I fuck with that one too.
Yeah, they're cool. I don't know, but like those guys... So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I don't know. Jay, this is more up your alley. Would you characterize it as like anime? Because I don't know anything about anime.
It's kind of...
So it's just... cartoons, like a cartoon that is like hand drawn and everything is sketched, all that stuff.
It's badass.
But it's just sci-fi, futuristic with a heavy connotation of like adult content in there, you know. And but they got a killer soundtrack for them.
Yeah, they got a fire soundtrack in that too. Yeah. I forgot who all was in it. Wasn't Cheap Trick on soundtrack?
Cheap Trick. Yeah. They're in there.
And I got to see them open up for Aerosmith. That was my first like big concert I went to.
Oh,
my first concert was Kenny Wayne Shepherd. You're familiar with Kenny Wayne Shepherd?
Yeah. Blue on Black, man.
Yeah. Like my dad took me to that. We saw him at the Strand. I think it was before I went to Aerosmith. And then I went to Aerosmith when I was a teenager and got fucked up. And like it was a school night too. But yeah, they had Cheap Trick. They had old dude with like the 6-neck guitar and shit come out there. Yeah. That show was wild because it was this girl that rushed the stage and security was right next to us and they grabbed her by the ankle and she fell on her face. And then he was pulling her and then she kicked him in his face. And I was like, God damn. And then I saw two lesbians making out. It was this fat white lesbian and this skinny white lesbian. And they were making out, and one of them was like playing with the other one's panties and shit. Like, I had a good night, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
I had a really good night.
Man, yeah, I don't know. You know, like I've been to a pretty decent amount of concerts in my day, and I'll tell you one that I was hesitant to get into because I never considered it music for the longest time, but was EDM.
Yeah.
I just thought it was trash because I grew up playing guitar and playing in bands and stuff, you know, and I've been playing guitar since I was 13 years old. So we're going on 22 years at this point, you know? And so I just never considered the electronic style I never considered those people to be artists at all. I was like, no, this is trash. For the longest time I fought it.
Yeah.
And then one of my buddies made me go to an EDM festival and I may or may not have taken some mushrooms while I was there, and it all made sense. And I was like, oh, I get it. It's not even about the music. It's just about the vibe and the people, and we're just all having a good time, dude. We camped out for 3 days out in the fields, man. It was good, dude. It was awesome, man. I mean, the shows are fantastic. I mean, especially the light shows they do, and they incorporate it to be like in sync with the actual music and everything. I mean, it's a good time, man. But definitely like one of the top 3 experiences I ever had in my life, being literally high as shit on mushrooms, like just at a music festival, 3:00 in the morning, just going. I was like, yep, this is fun.
sweating your balls off at the same time. Yeah. I went to Bonnaroo when I was a kid, and I got fucked up. And then by the time Pearl Jam was playing, like I was just laying down in the grass, and people were like walking over me, stomping on me, tripping over me, and then I'm just hearing. Like echoing into the ground because like it's such a huge stage.
Vibration going.
Hell yeah. I'm hearing Eddie Vedder's drunk ass singing and shit. And that was the one. Did I talk about that last time where Kanye like jumped in this little hole on stage. Like he did like
You didn't.
I didn't. Okay, so yeah, Kanye West. It was 2008, and he pushed back his set 2 days because it's a 3-day festival. And then when he did his set, he did like 6 songs, like just his singles, and then he jumped in this little hole on stage, and the show was over. And then I came back and told my homeboys that, and they were like, so he just jumped in this little plane and flew away. And I'm like, he must have, bro, because that dude said, fuck y'all. Yeah. And then the rest of the day, it was these 3 white dudes standing by this fence. And they were just like, hey, fuck Kanye West. Like, hey, how you doing, man? Fuck Kanye West. Or, how you doing?
Just pissed off about the shit.
Yeah. And then I was mad for a little bit too, but then I was still bumping the shit when he came out with more shit afterward. But yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's one thing I do actually think Kanye West is really good. I'm not a big rap guy, man. I'm not a big hip hop guy, but I do like a lot, not all of his stuff, but like a lot of his stuff I do like.
Yeah, I quit listening to like his later stuff. It just wasn't for me or whatever. But you know, definitely that Graduation album was like my favorite album he ever did.
Dude, he's I don't know if he's crazy or not. I really don't know.
Oh, bro. Notoriety, bro.
I mean, when he came out, what was it? He was wearing that Klan outfit, and then he had the diamond encrusted swastika on his.
Yeah, notoriety, bro.
I was like, "What are you?"
Notoriety, bro. Shock value.
Did you ever see what happened? So so when he came out, dude, I'm trying to do this shit with a straight face. So they had this whole interview at his house about some controversies he was going through, right? I think it was when he came on that like InfoWars Alex Jones show and was blaming everything on the Jews and all this other crap. So anyway, they come out to like his property or whatever, and they're like, all right, we're going to do an interview, right? Like just some raw, like in-person stuff. And he was like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm going to get ready. I'll be back. And he was like, but he was going to stream the interview online. And at this point, Kanye had been banned on so much shit.
Yeah.
So the only place he could do it was on Twitch. Okay. And there's a recording of this happening. And it is fucking hilarious, dude. Kanye goes in the back, changes into a black robe Klansman outfit, and then comes out like, all right, y'all ready to start the interview? Dude, the stream, Twitch shuts down the stream like inside of like 15 seconds, like just completely just discontinues it. Like they're not even able
to. You're talking about the one he did, right? Like the one that,
so, you know, I mean, I don't know, you know, because I've kind of wondered, I'm like, okay, does he believe all this shit that he's saying? My answer to that, and I lean towards no.
Yeah.
Because I fundamentally believe that if you climb to some level like that, you can't be an idiot. Like you got to know what you're doing, you know? And, I mean, if you sold, you know, hundreds of millions of records worldwide, like you're on to something, because I mean, selling shit is hard. You ever try to sell like Girl Scout cookies or some shit for like a fundraiser? Like good luck, you know what I mean? But you know, man, I think he was getting kind of canceled. I think he was getting fucked with by the mainstream media. I think he had some other people, like other artists coming after him and stuff. And then he was like, well, fuck y'all, I'm going to take this to a whole nother limit and see, or you know, push this as far as I can to make a point. And then I think he was just making a point, like, can I say what I want to say or not? Like,
I can only imagine what it's like to be that rich.
Yeah.
And that, well, I don't know what his money's like, but like that, I can only imagine what it's like to be an all eyes on you type situation. Because I've always said I wanted to be famous, but now I just want to chill. You know, like, yeah, like, because that'd be wild if it's just like paparazzi every day in your face.
It would be freaking horrible.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm not saying I would like crash out or anything, but I don't know. Like, I would have to be on some other shit to deal with it, to be honest with you. You know,
I think it's hard for like guys like you and I, like normal people, to try to imagine that, because they can't live a life even remotely like ours.
Yeah.
Like they can't go to like the grocery store. You know,
exactly.
Can't like go to a movie theater. You can't even go to like a regular like little dive bar, because especially now, if you show up, say you're like, all right, I'm just gonna pop in. I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm just gonna have a beer and I'm gonna get up out of here. Every single person is going to take a photo of you, and everyone's going to tag your shit in it.
Right.
And then next thing you know, that place is going to be packed out. You see what happened to Taylor Swift? I don't know. What was it, like last year or something? Or a couple years ago? Anyway, Taylor Swift, she went on a date. No surprise there. But she went on a date to just some like little restaurant, like I don't know, some coastal town, I think in Maine or some shit. Like didn't tell anyone.
Eating lobster.
Yeah, just doing her thing, whatever the hell, right?
Big lobster bill.
And then some
butter
people,
everywhere.
Well, some people took photos of it and then they started sending it to everyone. And then, dude, like a few thousand people were there within no time. Paparazzi was there. Everyone, they're like literally just trying to have lunch.
Yeah.
Didn't even like advertise it, just showed up. And I was like, dude, okay, that might be kind of cool and wild for that to happen one time. But every time?
But all the time?
Nah, dude, I'd get annoyed as shit, dude.
Bro, I'd make them pay for my meal. Like if you want to take pictures of me while I'm eating,
yeah,
I'm on a date. I'm giving y'all the tab, and I'm walking out of there. Make that your story.
There you go, man. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. But then also, you know, that's why a lot of these guys, you know, especially when they become extremely wealthy with their art, you know, they live secluded lives. You know, they got like an estate that's in a super gated community, and everyone who lives there is mega rich as well, typically artists as well. You know what I mean? So they all know, like, okay, we can't be out there and doing that. So
yeah, I respect the people that embrace it too, though. Like, there's some people they don't let it bother them.
I mean, you look at people like Mr. Beast. Apparently, he just lives in a regular ass house and like drives like a regular ass car, and it's like whatever. You know?
Man.
And that dude's got who knows how many hundreds of millions of dollars like in his corporation that he just donates money to charity and stuff. You know,
I wonder what Mr. Beast has in his refrigerator.
I feel like he's pretty genuine. I think he's probably just a regular dude, man.
Just turkey and cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, you know what? He knows who he is. Apparently, he doesn't make hardly any money off of any of his stuff. Like, barely makes anything.
Do you ever think he like sits alone with his turkey sandwich and like before he bites into it, he just starts crying, like with that same smile on his face that he has all the time? Because I couldn't imagine being that famous either.
Yeah. Yeah. I went through a whole phase like a while back where I watched like all his stuff, man. I'll give it to you. You know, the guy, he raises a lot of money for really good causes. Okay. Mm-hmm. But he is so good at making YouTube videos. He can keep that shit interesting. He's one of the few artists where I can sit down outside of podcasts that I listen to, but few artists where I can sit down and if he has a 30-minute video, I'm going to watch every second of that video. It's just so engaging and entertaining and so suspenseful. It's like, oh my gosh, like what is happening? You know, I don't know. He's good at it, man. He figured out that matrix, that algorithm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he talks about it too. I saw him in a couple of interviews where he was explaining like how it works. And he basically but his entire life has been YouTube since he was like 13 years old.
Yeah.
So he's like seen the creation of this company, seen what it's grown into, like all this other stuff, man. And, but he talks about it. He's like, there's ways to kind of manipulate the system to get more like views and likes and stuff. And I don't know, man, because some people talk to me about it, like with the podcast, like Dumpster Diaries, and I'll be like, yeah, could I do that? Sure. Am I going to do that? Probably not, because that's a lot of work, man. And I don't know. That's a lot of like data analytics to go through and try to figure everything out and be like, oh no, I need to tweak this, I need to tweak that, and I already put so much time into it. I don't like, you know what I mean? Like I got to make a living and I got to sleep at some point, So.
Do you think Mr. Beast has a hand in the black market? Like during one of his charity shows, you just see him go backstage and he's like arguing on the phone about like some heroin shipment or some shit.
I've wondered that. What if he's like the number one human trafficker in the world or some shit?
He just has suitcases of money. It's a brand new suitcase.
Oh, and he's like laughing about it.
Yeah.
They're like, hey man, how'd you cover for all this? He's like, I told him I was digging wells in Africa.
Yeah.
Exactly.
God.
He's some kind of like New York City kingpin or some shit,
I'm on to you, Mr. Beast. Always something about you.
I think he's a good dude. I think he's just doing genuine stuff, man.
Tomato.
Would you ever go on one of his shows, man?
Oh, for sure.
Hell yeah. You know how much money I didn't know this. Even the losers, like when it says they walk away with nothing, they still get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll cut them. Like I don't think it's like a shit ton of money, but it's gonna be a couple grand you're gonna make.
Yeah.
It's gonna. So
I like games anyway. They could just
dude. That would be perfect is if you created a game show and then Mr. Beast had to come on your game, but it was just like completely made no sense, like totally mind fuck central.
Yeah, and it'll be like a math equation, and I'll be like, "How much is 1 kilo of heroin?" And
surprise, got you, bitch.
Right. Exactly.
Like, where's the shit at? Where's the shit, Jimmy? Yeah, dude. I like those colors, man.
Oh, thank you.
The contrasting green is pretty good. Because normally you only do like one stripe, right?
Well,
you changed it up.
Yeah, that's a multicolored yarn that I did for you, and then you see others. It's got the stripes. The shiesty got the stripes and shit.
Hell yeah. Making like some baklavas, like basically every like you're gonna hold up a gas station or something.
Oh no, I'm not. We don't do anything like that.
Look, I'm just saying, Jay. If they wore this,
I can't get connected just because they're wearing my material.
I'm just saying that it's gonna be real quick. The police are gonna be like, okay.
This was not. No police. This has nothing to do with me.
I might have to write your crocheting skills in some of my sketch comedy projects this summer.
Oh, most definitely. Everyone talks about it, and then, but yeah, I might have to start having tags in here. Like I'm not responsible for any gas station holdups. Yeah, Crochet J.
Yeah, man.
Did not rip off the easy pay.
What are you making? You make another one of those, or
did make another hat? Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Crocheting while doing comedy, man. It's a pretty unique combination, dude.
The night that I got best set was, I can't remember if it was last year or earlier this year, but I crocheted on stage, and that was the first time I had ever done that before.
Yeah.
And I was having people act out scenarios from my life, but like as them, like I'll give the premise.
Yeah.
And then I just sat in the corner and crocheted, and they're like, "Hey, you got best set of the night." And I was like, "Really?" And it was the night that I was just the most lazy. I didn't think I was being creative. I thought that I was being like genuinely lazy.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I was getting ready to go and shit. And Evan comes up to me, he's like, "Man, you got to go take a picture with the tiki and shit, bro." He's like, that shit was wild. And, I'm like, "Shit, yeah, bro." Like, I never would have thought.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's when you least expect it is usually sometimes when you have your best sets.
Yeah.
Because there's been a couple times I've gotten up, just throughout the various places I've done stand up where I've been a little more casual about it, like a little less prepared. Like, okay, I'm gonna do some old stuff that I've already had for a while that I do have memorized. And then I don't know what it is, but sometimes, you just catch lightning in a bottle, man, and it's pretty good. Yeah, I definitely enjoy it. But I will tell you this, not drinking on stage helps a lot.
Some people can do it.
Just not one of those people, man. I can't do it at all, man.
I did it was when I first tried stand up, like back in 2021, and it was a New Year's show for 2022, and all the comics that were on the headline got COVID.
Oh God.
And then Glenn was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna throw you up there," and it was my third mic, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna get." So, and once again,
you're featured now.
Once again, I only get drunk on one beer, and then it was like a few people like paid to get in because it was the bar, and then like we did it in like the back of a restaurant and shit, and then I went up there and like. And Glenn told me, he's like, you're funnier when you're riffing and shit, and he's right, because like everything else was just so disturbing, and like I had like it was like one guy laughing, but then like when he quit laughing, like I know it got bad, but like the way I started out my set, like I was drinking a beer and eating a chicken sandwich from McDonald's, and then I just went on from that, and then my closing joke was a dude killing his best friend for complimenting his gumbo because he thought that he was talking shit. and everyone was just looking at me like morbidly. Yeah. And then I walked away from comedy for 3.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the first time I did it, I bombed so bad. I don't think I got back on stage for 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my dumbass, I thought
that happens a lot.
Well, I wrote out a set word for word verbatim. Okay. Long set, and it was like a pretty decent show, man. There was like over 200 people there. And so I wrote this out, and one of the bits I had in there, I was like, okay, I'm going to bring in racial humor. Okay. And this is how my dumbass thought. As long as I make fun of everyone equally, it's okay.
Yeah.
The answer to that is no. So, which I learned very quickly. And dude, I get up there, make my jokes, and by the time I get off stage, man, you can hear a pin drop in that audience, dude. I was like, oh my God.
Were you in Texas?
No. I was actually in Germany when I did it.
Oh, you were in Germany?
It was a very confusing time in my life. So, yeah. So I didn't get it back on stage for like 5 years, man. Because like I cringed so much when I thought about it. But the problem was, too, I also drank heavily as well before I got up there. So it just sounded like me just complaining about shit.
No, they're just some sensitive-ass crowds, bro. That's all that shit is. It's all that shit is, bro.
Well, so there is one like caveat to that. Okay, so it was like, sorry, man, my allergies are jacking up, man. Holy crap. Bro. So
you over there,
I do.
Yeah.
So it's the same day that George Floyd gets killed. Okay, and so with the time zone difference and everything.
You said it was the same day?
Same day. It was like the same day or it was the day after. Okay. Like I hadn't heard of that at all. So we do this show, and then my buddy who's hosting it is a black guy. And then he just looks at me and goes, dude, what did you just do? And I was like, what are you talking about, man? Because I came off, I was like, oh, tough crowd, huh? And, because I've made jokes, Asian, Hispanic, black. Yeah. And then I went extra hard on the white guys, like generic white guy, right? I was like, okay, because smooth this over at the end, right? And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what happened out there or whatever, talking to him. And then he brought it up, and I was like, oh shit. And then he was like, yeah, dude, I'd get up out of here if I were you. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. Like I ain't sitting there. Cause like I was getting some looks, man. I was like, shit, my bad. I didn't know, and it was like generic stuff like that I was making fun of. Like,
well, I've heard that Germany is extra all about tolerance because
they are
because of
past
past
mistakes. They don't say that that's the reason why, but it's pretty much the reason why, okay.
Yeah, because I've heard it's a crime to even impersonate him in some of those countries.
It is.
And shit.
Yeah.
Like you can't even make a joke about him or anything like that.
Yeah, like if you give the salutes or any other chance, you get arrested for it.
Yeah, exactly. And even though we have freedom of speech over here, like if you say, if you're in the wrong place and you say the wrong shit,
it's like you can't.
You can still get it.
You can't yell fire in a crowd.
Yeah.
So, but no, the Germans are interesting, man, because they have a very dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, "Oh, it's funny, it's great," but they won't laugh.
Or and then I've heard some European cultures like they'll laugh simultaneously and then get quiet again real quick so you can do your next joke. Like it's very like
it's very robotic.
Yeah. And like it's kind of respectful because we go to bars where people are talking over your set and shit like that, but they're not there they might not be there for the comedy show.
Yeah, it just depends on the venue you're at. And even if tickets were sold, yes or no.
Right.
Things, so.
Exactly. And sometimes like I'll ear hustle like while someone's talking because like I'll start getting uninterested in doing my set and I just want to be nosy about what they're talking about over there.
Just like, what are you doing? What's going on?
Yeah. Like I don't know if you've noticed, I'll get distracted sometimes, and it's because I'm ear hustling about like what they're talking about over at the bar.
Yeah, I'll do that too. Yeah. Like I'll try to catch things and like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Most definitely, because you never know what you're gonna hear. You'll hear some funny shit whenever you ear hustle.
I mean, we had a show a few weeks back, and Garrett was hosting, And it got better, but it started out, it was bad, bro. Like nobody was there to listen to anything the comic said. And then I felt so bad for him, man. He was opening and like everyone was talking.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even there, dude. And I was like, oh God. And
was I there?
I don't think you were at that one, man.
Okay.
I don't think you were. No, you might have been at that one, actually. I can't remember. Damn, the shows blend together so much.
Yeah.
But it got better towards the end of the night. I'll give it that. But in the beginning, like the first half of that set, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough, man.
Yeah, a lot of it depends on your crowd.
You were there because I ate a bunch of shit while I was on stage. I didn't get any response.
Yeah. Hey.
And I went through all my entire set and I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'm out of here. This isn't resonating with y'all.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you're doing it because you like doing it, though.
Yeah.
You know, because and not everybody's gonna get your style, where you're coming from in life if they haven't been through it. You know, if I get one like laugh, like it's good to know that somebody else has like been there. You know,
sure.
But
yeah.
Other than that, like even if it's not a lot of people in there, like I still have fun because I feel like you gotta get through that because I've done like. Because, when it gets packed in there, like, it's fire, but, like, I feel like you're stronger the nights that you can get through whenever you, it's just one person playing pool in the bar. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely builds character.
Yeah. And then that's where you get your practice in, and get to work your shit out or whatever. But that goes without saying. But yeah, it's always funny the people who, like you were talking about, like hecklers and stuff. Like, I want to know what's held people back from like pursuing their dreams. You know what I mean? Like, because I've heard like show business is really tough, but fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Just go for it. I mean, for real. Because like if you don't, like this is what I tell people: it's better to try and know than to always wonder.
Yeah.
I'd rather try something and know that my shit failed than always wonder like, oh, I could have done that. I could have done that, Or maybe try it and find out that it's not even for you.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You could be like, oh, I thought this was going to be cool, but I don't like it,
It's an enlightening experience all around.
For sure.
Because I met a dude, are you familiar with Beats by the Pound?
No.
They produce tracks for No Limits, but I met one of them, and dude, Odell, and he said he lived in Arkansas and worked at a Kroger's. Nobody knew who he was.
Yeah.
And it was some of the best years of his life because he wasn't in the spotlight anymore.
Yeah.
Because he was rolling with Master P in them. And then I'd ask somebody because he was down here. I don't know if he was living here or what, but he was down here and I met him at a studio. And then I asked about him like a couple years later. And then I'm like, man, we don't know where that guy went. He just bounced. Yeah.
My hometown that I'm from, the guy who wrote the song for Drowning Pool, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
Yeah.
So he created that entire song.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
He's not in the band.
But he wrote the song.
Wrote everything for it and then sold it to him.
Offset just remixed that too.
And so, but the guy, he gets royalty checks from it. Anytime it's used in any kind of film, anything like that, played on the radio, you name it, all that stuff. And regular dude in my hometown.
Bro, and he's just getting paid.
Yeah, he just worked in a studio and stuff, but he's a regular dude. I mean, he was, I'm trying to remember where he was working, but like just normal job. And like, you would never know. And a friend of mine worked with him. And he had started, so I can't even remember what it was, but basically people didn't believe it at first. And he was like, all right. And so he went home and got a bunch of papers and like brought it back. He's like, check this out. And they were like, holy shit. And so what he does that's really cool is 100% of the money just goes into a bank account for his daughter. He doesn't even keep any of it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I like shit like that.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, dude, that's pretty cool, dude. Like just podunk ass town out in the middle of East Texas somewhere.
Yeah. So. And your success is whatever you want it to be.
Sure. Yeah. And it's, you gotta, that's one thing that I've learned that I've come to terms with, especially being in my 30s now, is judge your success by your own metric.
Yeah.
Like, what do they say? Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah.
It really is.
Exactly.
So maybe, whatever it is you choose to do. So if you want to be a stand-up comedian, well, maybe your definition of success is being able to host a show once a week. Or maybe it's you get to headline a club that seats 200 people once a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Something within reason that you can obtain, or maybe your definition of success is I have to have a hour-long Netflix special. Whatever you want to choose to do, but just do it by your own gauge, man. I don't know, dance to the rhythm of your own drum, man. Because I hate people who compare, like, because you'll see it in any kind of arts, people will be like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. I'm like, first of all, I don't think there's a manual for this. And second of all, I don't think I have to do a damn thing.
Yeah, which is what discouraged me from pursuing the arts, because I can't stand unsolicited advice. And I've given it too, and I've realized that I was being like just annoying, But that's what's pursued me. Stopped me from pursuing every aspect of the arts has like gatekeepers, no matter where you're at. A lot of it's, what's the word, like elitist, you know what I mean? Like people who are in control of certain aspects of like the art institutions, because art is not an institution, it's just out here, and like you're living it and you're being it, because like you got a lot of big artists that they didn't want to be like an Andy Warhol, they just did it for the love of the art. They weren't trying to make a name for it.
That's why I like when you get in, talking about Andy Warhol, that kind of reminds me of like Banksy, right? And that's one thing that I do like about him as a graffiti artist, which I think now his identity just got exposed, but allegedly. But number one graffiti artist in the world, no one knew who the guy was. He would do interviews, but like he'd be wearing a mask, everything would be blurred out. Like no one knew who the fuck this guy was. And then his art, like he would just go put his art on shit and it would become worth a stupid amount of money immediately. Like there was one, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like a bodega shop, like a little like convenience store shop or whatever. And it was going under. Like the guy was having like a lot of financial problems. Like it was just like a mom and pop place or whatever. So Banksy shows up in the middle of the night and on the side of his building does like a mural, like just a small one. And then the guy's business goes from being worth like $200,000 or something to like, okay, now it's worth
because
$1 million.
Of that mural.
That one, they literally all the same color, just a can of black spray paint.
That's wild.
Isn't that insane?
That is wild. There's a graffiti artist around here. I think the name is Spit. I don't know if they're still active.
Spit, like S-P-I-T?
S-P-I-T, and it's all spray painted, like.
Dude, I think I've seen that somewhere.
Bro, it's all over Shreveport.
I think I've seen Spit somewhere and been like, what the fuck is this?
Everywhere you go, abandoned houses, convenience, liquor stores, Spit has hit it. And then I'm like, is this some young hood kid? And then I'm like, what if it's some old grandma, and she's just catching the bus all around town. She just has a bus pass, she has the senior bus pass, and she's just going all around town, tagging shit up.
Start investigating.
Because like, you see her walking in your neighborhood, it's just the old lady, and she's over here just tagging shit up. Just.
I love how your mind works, dude.
But I don't think she's making businesses. Or whoever Spit is. I don't think Spit's making these businesses revenue any higher than like, who was it? Banksy?
Yeah,
Banksy. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go to he has an art exhibit in Amsterdam, and I got to go see that. Now that was really cool, man. But I mean, he'll be the first to acknowledge. He's like, he was like, he makes fun of people who purchase his art because he's just like, it's worthless. He's like, what are you talking about? Because some of his stuff, because he doesn't like sell it, he doesn't. So he'll create it, it'll be out there, and then people basically steal it, and then it ends up like on markets and stuff, and they're like, oh, I got this painting or whatever, like, or whatever it may be, and but he'll do shit like he famously did one. I think it was in New York City, and I thought this was really cool. He set up a stand on the side of the street, like a street vendor or whatever, and he was selling paintings that he made. Okay. And he was selling them for like $10 a pop, like cheap as hell. And people walked by, nobody was paying it any attention, not at all. And then some lady came by and was like, I really like this one. I think she got a couple of them or whatever. Obviously, those are worth a ridiculous amount of money. And then not only that, she's buying it straight from him in person or whatever. He's just making a point, you know? And it's pretty cool. And I thought there was one thing that I liked that he did do was he actually counterfeited British pounds, like their $20 bills or whatever. And he took out Queen Elizabeth's face and he replaced it with Princess Diana's.
That's fire.
And then he put them all in circulation.
He's just remixing coins.
But they were it was like they're 20 pounds, but basically they're $20 bills.
Yeah.
But he just changed the face.
Yeah.
And then he put them out there. And then he realized, he was like, after we put them out there, we kind of realized we just counterfeited $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I was like, well, you know, but I actually saw one of those like notes, like one of those bills one time. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, I mean, it felt real, looked everything and stuff, you know, so.
Oh, boy, he got a $2 bill getting changed from the cash register the other day. He was like, bro, because I think he had a 50 in his wallet. I'm like, I haven't seen a 50 in a while. And he was like, bro, guess what someone else gave me today? And it was a whole Thomas Jefferson. And I was like, who the fuck has a $2 bill in a cash register? Yeah. Like, someone really went to McDonald's with the $2 bill. They probably thought it was fake.
Like, y'all still make these?
Yeah. Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, man. Well, it's always good to know, man. At least we're going to be appreciating the arts and laughing, you know, even as the world burns. You know?
That's what it's all about. And like you said, and laughing. They say laughter is the language of the soul.
It is, man.
You gotta laugh. Like some of the worst situations I've been in, like some of the best laughs I've had, I'll still think about like how funny like that situation was.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, it'll be the darkest times, but I'll find like something to laugh about during it.
Because, you know, like statistically, this is like a real thing. I was actually reading something about it. Like people who are comedians, right? They have a lot of like mental health issues. And, you know, yeah, that's me too, right? And depression, anxiety, substance abuse, whether it be drugs, alcohol, you name it, social behavior issues, like all kinds of stuff, man. And what's interesting is I think that it comes from us really sitting and thinking and observing shit around us. And it just kind of negatively affects us. But then if you can overcome that, then you can look at it objectively where it doesn't affect you and you can make fun of it.
Everything's a bit.
Yeah. It really is. If you sit and look at it, man, everything's a bit, man.
Nothing's, bro. So I knew this dude that said he was hanging out with his best friend. They were at Cypress Lake and having fun. And then he was like, and then his girlfriend's mom died. Then he started laughing after he said that. And then we're like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? He was like, because like we were driving to the hospital and they were in a different car than her. And the dude had only been dating her for like a few days or something. So he was trying to be sad about some woman he didn't even know. And he was like, oh, I can't believe it, bro. And then he was like, bro, you're not really crying. And then they said they were cutting up in the emergency room. And then the mom died. And then the girl came out crying like, ah! And then they were dying laughing from that. I don't know if they kept dating anymore after that. But like that's someone else's whole story. And like I felt it because I've been in situations like that where you're not supposed to laugh or make fun of anything. And you just can't help but do it. It makes it funnier. You can't. It's
like when you're a kid and you get in trouble with like you're in the principal's office standing there and they're like, hey, you know you're not supposed to be laughing, but you're starting to. It makes it harder to not laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, when you cut up in school, you're just intelligent. That's all it is. Because you're making light of some shit that we're making serious for no reason. Mm-hmm. You know,
there's a lot of that shit going on.
Yeah, and just continuing the cycle. You gotta switch it up. Yeah, most definitely.
Dude, I gotta ask you, are you going to the Crochet Festival that's happening April 25th?
That was yesterday. I went to.
Did you go to the? I forgot that it was even. Yeah.
And I was as soon as you asked that, I was just thinking, I'm like, I gotta plug this festival that happened yesterday because like I've been forgetting to talk about it this whole time. Yeah, I went there. I
didn't realize it was I didn't realize it was yesterday.
Yeah, there was a whole fashion show. Some of my friends were in the fashion show.
How'd it go, man?
Bro, it was awesome because it's in a park right behind. It's in I think it's called Pomoja Park.
Mm-hmm.
It's right behind the big church downtown.
Yeah,
and like it's got like not natural, but like a built-in like stage with like the concrete seats, like kind of like almost like an amphitheater, like a little mini amphitheater type thing, and. You had vendors there. I pulled up in my bag and my sign and just,
Is that where you got the photo of you?
Yeah. People were taking photos of me, walking up to me. Because I wasn't a vendor there, but people were still intrigued,
Yeah, it was pretty good turnout there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's good.
It was a lot of people. There was a clown there. Yeah. And she was cutting up the whole fashion show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like some dude walked by and she was like, "Oh, I need a date with you." And I'm like, "This is a ratchet ass clown. I like this clown."
It's good old fashioned Shreveport right there, man.
She said she does stand up too, but she does it like at daytime events and shit.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
it's probably clean then, right?
I met a whole clown. I'm glad I got over my fear of clowns because I was sitting right next to her at the thing, bro. Cause I was walking up, I was like, "Is that a fucking clown here?" But I got over clowns because I was scared of clowns because of It, like most people. And then I finally rewatched It as an adult. I'm like, "Oh, this is hilarious." Like I'm okay with clowns now.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just old white clowns that scared me growing up.
Yeah.
Because this was an old black lady clown and she was a lot cooler.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wasn't on
a little more laid back.
Wasn't on no creepy old white man shit. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the 25th was yesterday.
Yeah.
Actually.
I should have reminded you. You could have pulled up.
Yeah, because I planned on going anyway.
Yeah. I'm bad about just pulling up to events by myself and shit. But yeah, it was a good time. Made some more carrots and shit.
Hell yeah, man.
And then
they're gonna do it next year?
Yeah, I believe so. It was their first one ever.
Oh, really?
Got invited to a crochet circle.
Yeah.
And all that.
Like, all right, crochet circle?
Yeah, crochet.
How does that work?
I guess it's like a knitting circle, but you crochet.
All right, you got to explain. What's the difference between knitting and crocheting?
Knitting is you got the two needles. Crocheting is a hook. And some comedian made a joke about crocheting. It's French for to hook. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I forgot who made it. I'm gonna look at because I don't want to like bite a joke on the microphone or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I guess the crow part means hook because you think like a crowbar. It's like a hooked thing, so maybe crow is French for hook for everything or something. But yeah, so crochet is one hook needle and then knitting is two big needles. When I made my shirts, it's Crochet J.
Yeah.
But my homeboy said it looked like a crowbar. So either way, it's French. It's French.
I wouldn't even have thought that until you said that.
And then I don't know if I talked about my great grandmother last time I was on here. I didn't know her growing up.
I don't think you did, man.
She was dead by the time I was born. But she would crochet while driving 90 miles an hour with her grandkids in the back and a big ass poodle riding shotgun. Yeah, like I heard stories about her. She was wild, bro. She smoked weed. She packed a 38.
Damn.
Yeah.
The bloodline of Crochet J coming out, dude.
Yeah.
Grannies, man, they can be tough, man. They get a rap for being sweet and innocent and stuff, but I've known them they typically are really nice and cool, but when they get pushed to the limit, just older people in general, they'll be able to handle some shit if they need to,
They were from Oakdale.
Yeah.
And then her dad was like a piece of shit from what I understand.
Yeah.
He shot dice. And I never actually shot a game of dice in my life, even though I keep dice with me. Yeah. No.
Crochet, don't tell me you've never
I've never actually shot a real game of dice in my life. I'm a fraud, man.
You would have instantly won.
I'm breaking. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I don't need to play, because then I'll get addicted to it.
You said you never even played craps in a casino?
I never played craps. Only dice I ever rolled was on a Monopoly board.
Craps is actually a pretty fun game.
And during my sets and stuff like that. But I think I get my fascination of dice from him. But I don't think he won. Like I heard that it would just be like whoever he owed would be like, and this is back in the early days. They would be like collecting the firewood in the yard,
Mm-hmm.
And this is because he owed a debt to somebody. I heard he got shot in the back. I don't know if he rolled some loaded dice
at
or
that
whatever.
point, like, because that would have been your great grandfather. So that's like 1800s.
Yeah.
So.
And then
that's like Civil War. For real. I mean,
because he would. I don't know how old he was, but yeah. And then my grandfather, like when my uncle was getting married, I was like, I was talking about the wedding or something, and he was like, "Yeah, my son's getting married in the same building my grandpa used to shoot dice behind." Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. It's all full circle in life, man.
Well, like, because I know
magic moments.
Little inside information for people listening. So Crochet Jay and I will do a thing whenever we go to sign up for like an order to perform stand-up comedy in. We'll let the fates decide.
Yeah.
And it's like you're gonna be 1 through 6, one of the other, you know?
And that doesn't mean you're gonna get called in that lineup either. Sometimes they put it on a shuffle.
Because I do stuff like that because I'll keep a coin and I'll flip a lot of times and stuff. Well, so when I saw you shooting the dice, I think my exact words were like, "Oh man, you're gonna let the fates decide."
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of poked that joke, and I was like, I need to tell Jay about that, man, because I do that. I flip a coin.
Oh, you flip a coin?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
A lot of times, man, like I'll have to do it, and then like if it's something that it's like, okay, it's like, I'll just flip a coin. Let's see what we're gonna do. Do like an over/under thing or something like that. But if it's a big decision, like a real life decision, I'm having like trouble, not just me like performing on stage or something like that. But if I'm having trouble kind of making a choice, like what's the right path to take here? Yeah. I'll flip a coin.
For real?
And then when it's in air, that's when I make the decision. Because whatever I think of, that's the decision that I want to make. And then, so I already make it before it even lands.
You don't do like Two-Face though, right?
Nah. Okay. Keep it where it's all heads on both sides or whatever, But yeah.
That could be.
Try it sometime, man. If you're ever having trouble like making a decision, like you have to catch yourself where you're not focused on it, but just flip it. And then when it's in there before you catch it, whatever you were thinking about happening, that's typically what you want to happen.
I need to start doing that before I jack off. Because sometimes I'm like, man, I didn't have to do that. Because
I'm hitting you with some sound stuff.
Hey, bro, like sometimes if you jack off too early in the day, your whole day is like it's over with. You don't want to do anything anymore. But
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. So, well, shit, Jay. You got anything else you want to touch on, man?
I've been writing some new jokes.
You want to go through that?
Yeah. I got Buddhist monks watching porn, babbling gibberish while covered in oatmeal. Shout out to Brentwood. They're some of the best food I've had in my life. Explaining paranoid schizophrenia to a paranoid schizophrenic. Bad bitches at the Crochet Festival. Relieving bowels in front of grandma's house on Easter. And losing virginity at Cordova Court Apartments. Are you familiar with Cordova Court Apartments?
No, man.
Okay, so they're like these ratchet ass apartments across from the base. And when I was a kid, my homeboy from New Orleans took me to this white trash party. He was a black dude, but he took me to this white trash party. And I don't know how I didn't know the connection. Oh, I remember it was a dude we went to school with that he knew. Yeah. But anyway, and then I get there and it was not a lot going on in the living room. It was just a couple chicks hanging out. And I'm like, okay, this is one of those like South Bossier parties. It's just like not really a party. Like people are just like hanging out and shit. Then we get to the bedroom and there was a white girl masturbating on a mattress with a whole room of people watching her do it. And damn, so I told this story the time I did stand up and I walked away from it for 3.5 years. I had the audience just looking so just disturbed by this.
Yeah, like a similar reaction to what you just saw out of me. We're like, what?
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't know that's who I'd lose my virginity to later that night. Like, she just wouldn't leave me alone, bro.
I would say, based on what you told me, the odds were pretty high, man.
Bro. And then, like, I remember the smell of the whole night too. Like, just, and then all that was playing on the radio, like the dudes whose house it was, he had the Korn single from back in the day. So it was, what was that one they had? The something, the one where he is like rapping like Beavis on it, like whichever one that is.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there was that one, and then the Word Up cover that they did. Yeah. So he was just playing that. So anytime I hear those two songs, it reminds me of when I lost my virginity to that girl masturbating.
Next time we do a show, I'm pulling up the Word Up
on the mattress. Yeah, my homegirl stuck her whole fist in her too. Yeah, yeah, bro.
Damn, bro.
So every time I'm coming over Shreveport Barksdale Bridge, and I see those apartments, just that faithful night.
Damn. You know, that's to be young. Yeah, dude, I seen some shit in my days, man, but I think that one takes the cake for me right there, man.
It wasn't that wild. I mean, you.
Why are you smiling right now?
I guess I got inducted. That was the night I got inducted into being like content with freaky shit.
Yeah.
Like going on around me.
Yeah.
I just wish it smelled better.
It's like you got PTSD from the smell. Yeah.
It's just annoying, man.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, what do you expect, dude?
It's white trash funk mixed with, you know, like Coors Light. They were smoking menthols too, I think. I don't know why I let that bitch kiss me. Ain't no telling what she was doing before I got over there. But yeah. South Boja, that's how we grow up, man. This is how we get you know. It's how we get gamed in down here.
It is a rough ride, man. Yeah, especially down here because I have friends, comedian friends, and they've warned me. They're like, "Hey, man, be careful out here dating. Like, don't be coming in here like, you know, all big-eyed, like all optimistic and everything." They were like, "This ain't some little country town in Texas. Like, you know, you get out here, you're gonna see some shit."
I'm sure they get busy over there too. Because if you're in a town where all there is to do is smash, then that's what you're gonna do, bro.
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna do, and you know, like someone would like warn me about a girl, like, hey, she had a train ran on her, and I'd be like, oh, really? And then I'd still get with her, like, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah,
I ran a train one time, but it was just two of us though, so it wasn't a train. It was, what are those things called that they where it's two dudes on the railroad tracks on the cart or whatever?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was one of those. That's what she was. Yeah.
Every time when you describe that, I think of that movie, Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
Where they run up to that guy on one of those on the train track or whatever.
Whatever those car. Cause I think when it's like three or more dudes, then it's a train on the girl. But when it's just two, it's the hand cart thing. Yeah.
You need to research that and use that into a bit, man. What do you call it? Whatever.
I just did, bro. I just did.
Well, you got to give it a name. You got to find out the name for it. That's what I was getting at.
I think it is a hand cart.
Is it a hand cart?
Yeah, I used to call it a rail car, but a rail car is what the train carries, pulls with it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't one of those.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you got to use it on stage, man. Throw them off.
Man, what would a rail car look like?
I don't know, man. Internet is a dirty, dirty, dirty place.
Y'all get creative in the comments.
Yeah.
For what y'all think a rail car would look like.
Holy shit. I'm just going to come to you for advice whenever it comes to matters of Shreveport Bossier. I'm just going to be like, hey.
I don't know everything, bro. I don't know.
You know enough, apparently. Yeah.
I don't know everything, man. Bro.
You ever run into like people from your past, from like your wild where you're just like,
when I'm with my wife,
you're like, whoa.
I don't know. I'll tell her, but we smashed.
Yeah.
And she's not surprised ever. She thinks I'm a whore. I bet I'm not like, I know people with way higher body counts than me. Mm-hmm. You know, were you there that night I played Guess My Body Count with the crowd? I could have sworn you were there.
I don't think, you might have.
Yeah, I had a card, and then the woman circled the right number too.
No, I'm pretty sure I would have remembered that.
She was like, I don't like any of these numbers, but she circled the right number. But yeah, like It's a lot of cat that I passed up too, though. And I don't know why. And it'd be like a fine, like the moment was cool. Like at Bonnaroo, I met a girl out of all those like thousands of people. I was born in Virginia.
Mhm.
I was born in Falls Church, Virginia, because my dad had a job in DC. And I met a girl who was born at the same hospital as me and all those.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, she's from Virginia. And then we were both fucking going, you know, we took some party favors or whatever.
Yeah,
and then
naturally.
And then like we're sitting outside and she goes in the tent and changes into something, but I'm not really paying it. See, I'm already getting like molested by the wind from the, you know, from my experience I'm having and shit. So, and she's, I don't know if you got to bleep out what I just said or not, but anyway, okay. But anyway, she,
now you can literally say whatever you want.
She goes and changes into some booty shorts and like a top or whatever. And she was fine, like ginger chick, real pasty white girl and shit, like thick. And then I think she kept hinting, but I wasn't paying no attention to it, bro. I didn't realize it till I was driving home. And she was like, oh, I guess I'm just going to go in my tent and go to sleep. I'm like, all right. And I left. And then I was like driving. Once everything's wearing off and my logic's back in, I'm like, damn, bro, she was trying to smash. But I didn't have a condom either, so who knows? You know,
yeah.
Festival coochie's always sketchy.
Yeah, you're literally rolling some dice on that one.
Right. She might have just had a hand cart ran her. Like, you never know, bro. You never know.
Yeah, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like any kind of festival, like that's whoo, buddy. Especially if you're going to those ones, you know, they're camping out.
Oh, bro. And then
sometimes they're not even taking showers because, especially in America, you got to pay more money to get showers. So some people just don't even.
They just got through like twerking in the mud and shit.
Yeah, festivals can be fun, man, but they're dirty.
Yeah, bro.
They're dirty.
I had my fill of that as a kid. Yeah. You know, I was a little wannabe hippie when I was a kid.
Sure.
And you know, I think you could still be a hippie and be hygienic. You know, that's just like I think that's just like white people wanting to be nasty. When you're like, oh, just take a dirt bath and shit. And I'm like, y'all just want to be nasty, bro.
Yeah. Was there I saw you had the crochet baddies, man. Was there a lot of crochet baddies that turned out to the festival?
Oh, most definitely. Shreveport got some of the baddest women on earth. You know, and I'm glad to be friends with a few of them too.
Nice.
You know, but it's platonic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it definitely. They were out there modeling. It was this one girl. Her fashion statement was she just had an Afghan on her shoulder and she was just wearing house clothes. You know,
nice.
that was fire. And then, a few of my homegirls, Fee, Tookie Took, and Emil, they modeled some shit out there too. They had like granny square outfits and shirts and shit.
You should have hit me up, man. I would have brought out my camera.
And my fault, bro. My fault. But if it's another thing coming up,
if you ever need it, I just do it for the love of the game, man.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I ain't gonna. It would be taboo. It would be a crime to charge Crochet J any money for photographs.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man. You get a coin just for saying that.
Bro. Oh, I added up. I put it up there. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. These things are actually really cool, man.
There's no corn in the soup tonight. It's just carrots and tomatoes.
I'll have to let me check something out, man. But I might have a charity thing for you.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit,
got to be in displays like CPS stuff.
So,
I'll let me see what I can figure out, and then I might have you. I'll buy the yarn and stuff, but I might have you just make it to give it to them.
Okay, they're not in rehab clinics from Mr. Beast's heroin, are they?
No, I've worked with charities before and stuff like that. You know, like kids that they're going to go into the foster program and stuff like that.
That's what's up. So, yeah, I want to do something like that for sure. Like give back. I've been asked about making hats for like church missions and stuff too. I'd be like, and then I'd never do it.
Never do it.
Yeah. Cause I just, you know.
Yeah, let me see what I can find out, man. Because I've been working on a new photography project right now. I don't know what I'm going to call it. I can't come up with a good name that really sticks with me. I want to put Bossier somewhere in the name because this one's going to be focused on Bossier. But I'm taking pictures of normal, everyday people in the community. But people who serve their community in some way. So, you know, I did one this morning for a church pastor I did one the other day for a barista. I'm gonna do a police officer, firefighter. There's a lady that works at a gas station that I'm gonna do, and just take one still frame photo, and I do black and white photos like monochrome, and then take a nice one of them, and then just have a little biography of who they are and what they do and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna do a dozen or 2 dozen, but then I'm gonna create like an album, and I don't know what I want to call it. I thought about like maybe Building Bozier or Backbones of Bozier, Blessings of Bozier. I don't know. But I want to do something where it's like a positive vibe of like, hey, like here's like some of the good people in your community and what they do and everything like that. So I'm always out there, man, like snapping photos and stuff.
Shit, yeah.
And the thing is, like, people always ask me now, they're like, how much you charge? And I'm like, man, I need to start charging people money. You know?
Bro. So, yeah, I don't even, I feel you on that because when you mix money with it, yeah, we talk, art and what we were talking about and everything.
Yeah.
But,
if someone wants me to do like their wedding or something like that, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. If you want to pay me, like, fine. But like, dude, if I'm doing it for like some comedy shows and stuff, like, because comedy is my passion. Like, I love comedy. Like, I wouldn't feel right charging.
Yeah.
Now, if it was like a big thing, they're like, hey, we got this huge event going on in Dallas. We got to stay overnight. I'd be like, okay, at a minimum, we need to work out you guys covering like some gas in a hotel room. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude. So I just do it for the love of the game. But I'm trying to like work on this project, which I just started it. But I'm trying to work on this project to create like an album for it or whatever. I don't know really how I want to release it and put it out there and all that stuff yet. But I just want to show like a little more like intimate side to like the everyday workings of the community and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, dude, it's cool. It's a cool way to meet people, man. Everyone likes having their photo taken. Even when they say they don't, like if I'm telling you, that'll get a conversation going. Even if they don't want their photo taken, they'll talk to you about it.
Yeah.
You know? So, and then, I don't know. It's just kind of cool.
People on the run don't like having their photo taken. Well, no, that's not true because people go on the run nowadays and still post on live. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Just so
how many of those videos have you seen where people are live streaming?
I've never seen them, but I'll see them on like podcasts or I'll hear about them.
And they're like engaging in the comment section. Like,
yeah. Bro, I swear when they started introducing cell phones to jail, shit just got fucking haywire, bro. Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Shit just got fucking haywire.
Yeah, bro.
You ever been locked up in jail?
Yeah. I did a little small jokes when I was younger. Yeah, and wasn't not a gangster by any means.
No.
I told him I fall partners so fucking quick, bro. and I hate
sell you out so fucking quick.
I hate myself every day for it. I let the police scare me and shit. But jail's where I got a lot of my best comedy. For sure. Yeah, and it just saw some of the funniest shit. One time, like, because I used to rap in jail, and they that's kind of how I got elected. Like, if you're entertainment, you're not going to get like fucked with too much, but it was mostly chill. The places I was at, and people just eating spreads and having fun and shit.
A cousin of mine, he did quite a bit of time in prison. Like,
I never went to prison. Yeah, I just did at some parish.
He was in low security, man. He said most people where he was at in Texas. He said most people are there less than 5 years. He was like, so they just want to do their time and get the fuck out of it.
Yeah, especially if you're at a trustee camp.
Yeah, or something. And so he was doing a lot of that stuff, man. And so he was like, dude, we just hung out, we played cards, watched TV.
I got a story for every minute, man.
He said it really actually wasn't even that bad. He only got into one fight while he was there. And it was like somebody trying to come in and start some crap. And then, but he said all the dumb stuff, like the gangs and all the crazy stuff you hear about. He said a lot of that stuff. Yeah, it does happen. He described it as there's two sides to the prison. There's the half of the people who don't want any part of that crap. Yeah. And they don't.
Yeah, it depends on the lane you choose or whatever. And then in Louisiana, it's different than other states. And there is kind of like, okay, so I saw like a race thing happen, like where a black dude and a white dude fought. Well, the black dude was fucking with the white dude, but this white dude could really box. I think he grew up in like juvie boxing or some shit. Because it was like this black dude that like nobody really cared for. He talked too much. It was like not even the other black people liked him because it would be dudes from other jails that were like he wasn't acting like that at the like the more real deal like prisons they were at or whatever. But he was messing with this one dude, and then he just started he just got up and started throwing combos at him, but he wasn't hitting them. But you just hear shoes squeaking the whole time. and then
basically shadow box.
And the white dude pretty much let him know, like I'll slaughter you, and just walk back to his bunk. And then he felt played and started trying to like fight him again and make something of it, and then trying to make it a race thing because it was a white dude and a black dude. That's why I never got any fights in jail. Even if somebody called me a name or some shit, or like say some shit to me, like I would never fight because I didn't want it to become like a race thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want it, and I didn't want. Also, there are situations where you can get someone's blood on you, and if they got AIDS, like you can get that shit.
Any kind of hepatitis.
Yeah, bro. Like you're already putting yourself at risk just in here showering and shitting with everybody.
And there's some prisons in America where like 80% of the population has hepatitis.
Yeah.
Because it's so infectious.
Exactly. That's why I'm glad we always had good dorm reps that cleaned everything and sanitized everything. Shit, when I was in Max, I washed my clothes in the toilet.
Yeah.
You know, and they were whiter whenever you send them out to laundry. They'll come back burnt because they got like this industrial. And plus, you're sending out your clothes with everybody.
It's the same shit they did in the military.
Yeah.
Like,
see, I'd rather go to jail than be in the military. Like, I think because like,
well, because in jail, if you really want, you can lay down all day.
Yeah, depending on where you're at. Yeah, man, I got better at art when I was in there, and then because
I read a lot, and like, okay, don't get me wrong, like jail sounds like it would be horrible, like it would suck ass, but I do read a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, dude, like maybe doing like 6 months in county wouldn't be too bad.
That's when I started, like all the books you're supposed to read in like middle school, like Holes. I didn't read Holes till I went to jail. I hadn't even seen the Shia LaBeouf movie. Like I didn't read that till I went to, and then I read a lot of like Buddhist stuff too. Like I was one of those guys in jail.
Yeah.
And then
sorry, I'm just trying to like imagine you like crying over like reading Where the Red Fern Grows or something that you're supposed to read in the 5th grade, you know, and like now you're finally getting connected to it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Having nightmares about the yellow spotted lizards from Holes. Yeah. Yeah, and then I read a lot of Buddhist stuff too, and then but a lot of superstitious Christians, even if they're like street dudes, they're like superstitious Christians.
I've noticed that before,
and a lot of them. But I would meet other cats. Like I met a guy who he had a 25-year sentence, and he had been down for 16, but he fucked with Buddhism too, and shit like that. But he was still himself. He's like gangster black dude from New Orleans. Yeah, but yeah, for the most part, man, I had times where I was just chilling, and it was the first time like. Much as I love my family, like I had a very controlling mother. Yeah. You know, even though I love her, she got me this bag and everything. Like she's good at like the gifts and stuff. But I was happy to be away from my family, to be honest with you. And they would come visit me, and then I would go back and just kind of learn how to be a man, learn how to whatever that means. You know, learn how to make my own decisions. It's kind of like, it was like my first cell was kind of like my first apartment because like me just being there was paying rent, you know?
Yeah, we're all paying for one way.
You know, yeah. And I used to, like, I would like having a cellie for a little bit, but then I would like, a lot of them would get shipped to the minimum security. So I would have a lot of time by myself. Some people don't like being in a cell by themselves. They got to be like with other people. But so one part, we were talking about phones. I was in the shower when I was at an open dorm in Rayville, and then it was this dude. The toilets were right next. Is it like that in jail? The toilets are right next to the shower.
What, in the military?
Yeah. I mean, in the military, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have like it's not like that.
Yeah,
like, not that bad. It gets no. Well, fuck that. No, yeah, it depends. Okay, yeah, it depends.
Not all dorms are the same.
Whenever I was like in basically like boot camp, basic training, right? When I was in that. Obviously the toilets and all the urinals were like separate, but inside the bath, like there was just a wall of showers.
Yeah.
But then when I went on to like my individual training, like where you learn how to do your job, it was just me and another guy in one room. But yeah, the toilet was like right up on like the yeah. So in a lot of ways, you should look it up. There's a thing in sociology they call total institutions.
Yeah.
Okay. And then basically the effects that it has on humans are the same, like, but it's mental institutions, prison, and the military.
Yeah,
it's like all three affects like humans the same. Like, dude, it's pretty interesting because I've met a lot of people. That's how you'll get a lot of military that end up in psych wards. It's how you also get a lot of people from psych wards that end up in prison, or you get a lot of people from the military that end up in prison and stuff. Because it's all, we might be here for a different
reason
title, but fundamentally the system that we're subjected to is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, because every aspect of your life is controlled to some degree or another. Even though you may have like freedom and liberties in like moments and little things, like you can decide when you're in jail what book you want to read, if you even want to read a book. But what you can't decide is whether or not like you will be sitting there.
Yeah.
So, you know,
man,
and it's like I might be able to get omelet or I might be able to have oatmeal for breakfast, but I will be sitting here eating this one way or another.
Difference between Bojan Max. Bojan Max is like, the guards are like, they'll whoop your ass type shit. And like,
but it was really, really rough, man.
Yeah, it just, and it's also all about if you put yourself out there like that too. Sometimes they're just dicks, but sometimes, you know, I got cool with a lot of the guards and shit. And, I just didn't. I try to be as innocent looking little white boy as I was when I was in jail, and just not give them a reason to like fuck with me or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, you don't want to make it harder than already is.
Yeah. And then, but anyway, back to the phones. So I was in the shower in Rayville. It's an open dorm, and the dude's on the toilet right next to the shower, and we were having a conversation because you just get over shit like that over time. But and then I was like talking to him, and I like was talking to somebody else in front of me in the shower, and I went back to talk to him, and all of a sudden he's holding a cell phone wrapped in saran wrap, like an old like Nokia flip phone. And I'm like, man, that ain't come from where I think it just came from, did it? He's like, oh, nah, man. And I looked across from me, and the dude in the shower with me was like, so I think it was more cell phones in there. And the K2, they call it Mojo in jail. Like they were
the synthetic
bro. I saw people tweaking off that shit, bro. That damn K2. They'll try to get me to hit the K2, and I'll be like, nah, I'm not hitting the K2 and shit. They're like, you won't take. I was like, bro, I'd rather smoke the regular weed. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if they take my good time. I only had like 6 months of good time anyway. But like, but yeah. Yeah, bro. And
how long were you locked up for anyway?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah, little cakewalk Joes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in New York they call them skid bids and shit. But I wasn't really on no jail politics type shit. I didn't understand a lot of it, you know, and then I'm possibly neurodivergent too. So it did just like understanding like common sense isn't like common to me, like for some reason. So basically it's just common sense. Be respectful to people.
Yeah.
Mind your own business. Shit like that, you know. And
just be a decent human being.
Yeah. One time is like I told you that I used to rap, but I would get tired of being like when someone wants me to rap, like I just didn't want to like rap because someone like asked me to or whatever. But one time they were having like a little cipher going on, and I was on the way to the microwave with my noodles, and they're like, "Hey Jay, like call me over here." And they're like, "Oh man, here they go with that 8 Mile bullshit, bro." And so I went over there, and then I just spent some old verses that I wrote when I was like a teenager. And then it was this young light-skinned black dude from Cedar Grove, like covered in tattoos, and he was freestyling, like he was really going off the dome with the shit. And then, but everyone,
actually good?
No, he was very good, you know, and I'm good too, but like I really wasn't into it. Like he was like into it, but they were still acting as it. And I like every cipher I've been in, it's kind of already a battle in a way, but like I never been a battle rapper. Like type person, and everyone I've been in a cipher with turns the cipher into like a rap battle and shit. So they were doing that naturally. It's kind of like an unspoken rule, I guess. But like, and then they're like, "Oh shit, Jay getting them or whatever." And the kid, I felt so bad for this kid, bro, because it was basically like you know how in voting, like they'll take this vote versus this vote, even though this vote is correct and this one's not, you know what I'm saying? Like this this candidate actually didn't win, but they still got the seat somehow. Shit like that. So that's how I felt.
Like little technicalities.
That's how I felt. He was like, man, that dude wrote that shit, man. He's like, I'm going off the dome, man. And they're like, oh, he got him. And then the gay dude in the dorm started rubbing my shoulders and was like, ooh, get him, baby. Hit your mic. So I was like, bro, and I'm just like looking at my noodles in the microwave. I'm like, bro, those things are swelled up like fucking water balloons by now. I just ruined my whole hookup, man.
Dude, oh my God. Dude, if we ever end up, like, we ever have like a rough night out and you and I end up like, you know, in jail together or whatever, it's probably gonna be a pretty fun time.
That's not gonna happen. Even though I got comfortable kind of in jail.
You have to.
Yeah, but
because even when I was in the military and we were doing stuff, you know, even though like, you know, shit sucked, like you find out where you can squeeze you find out whatever you can get away with, you will get away with.
Yeah.
Like you will do that, you know.
I so many stories flooding in my mind right now, bro. Like I didn't have a cell phone, but so I had an off the compound trustee job where we would go to the town and bro, you could, if you really want to, you can get a phone, you can fuck bitches. Yeah. Like you can, like
because like we weren't, you know, like boot camp was a little different, like basic training, because that was really, really, really crazy controlled. And you're doing so much stuff, you're so busy, you don't really even you're so tired, you don't have time to even worry about trying to get away with shit half the time. But then when you go off to your individual training, you start to get a little more downtime, a little more personal time, so you get time to think, right? And so one of the things that like we couldn't do when I was going through it was we couldn't have any tobacco products.
Yeah.
And bro, they were smuggling in cans of like dip, like it was like it was narcotics in prison, man. You know, like it was just like, how'd you get this in here? It's like, don't worry about it, man.
In Bossier Max, they used to
hiding cell phones in their fucking socks and shit.
Yeah, you can do it. In Bossier Max, they used to get the guards would spit dip in the trash cans, and the trustees would get that shit out, dry it up, and then sell it as cigarettes to people. And then they would light up that whole pod with that nasty smelling. It would be like a wintergreen smelling like shit. And then one time, one of the guards, he was like passing out mail. And he was like saying all the names like Rodriguez, Smith, Shirley, and he was like, and whoever's lighting that cigarette, put that shit the fuck out. So, bro, they'll smoke anything. They'll smoke orange peels.
Yeah.
They'll smoke dried collard greens. Oh, bro.
Dude, did you just see shit in there, like, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Oh, bro, yeah.
Like, why would you even do that?
Another rap moment involving a gay dude. So, like, it was these three dudes, and they all messed with the boy that was in there. Yeah. And she, like, I call her she because she really looked like a woman, you know, like just a flat chested, like fine bitch, man. And
she was committed to it.
Yeah. Yeah, like she even kind of smelled good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I didn't dib and dabble, but like I don't know. We were playing spades together one time, and like I'm like, damn, this dude smells good, bro. But anyway. Anyway, bro.
It's like, it's been a while since I had a woman.
It wasn't that long. Like, I was only in there like 6 months so far, so.
You're already starting to question.
Need to reassess some things. But anyway, so I'm walking to the cell and it's three dudes rapping, so I'm trying to go get it on the cipher. And then I see this bitch dropping it like it's hot, like doing splits in the cell and shit. And so I'm like walking, and then I just like, when I see that, I just turn around and like walk the other way, like as if I wasn't even going to it in the first place, bro. And then in Rayville, like in the kitchen, like a lot of people from Shreveport and Bossier got shipped over that way. You got people from Lafayette, New Orleans, New Iberia, Baton Rouge, Houma, Alexandria, Leesville, people from all over, Monroe, because Rayville's right by Monroe, West Monroe. Those white boys are crazy, and so whenever Shreveport and Bossier got into the kitchen, because I was in the trustee dorm, we started getting all kind of shit from the kitchen because so much of us got robbery and theft charges over here. Like that's everyone's MOs and shit. And bro, we got whole cakes. Like the way they would do it, you know what the scullery is?
Yeah.
The way they would do it, they'll go to the scullery throw in their trays, and then whoever's back there shoot it to them. They'll put it in their jumper and come down. That dude made it down the hallway with the whole birthday cake in his jumper. And then one time a dude got caught, but he wasn't from Shreveport and Bossier. I think he was from Homer. No. Homer. He was from Homer, or I think he was from Homer. But anyway, he had a whole like turkey or rotisserie chicken in his shit. And it was this cool CO that caught him. He was an old dude. He worked on the school board too. Like whenever we'd be out there trusteeing, we'd see him in his car working for the school board and shit too. He's always real cool dude. I got to talk to him when I was getting a release, and I like let him know like how much he like made people's time easy and shit. But he called him and was just like, okay, all right, man, just go back to the door. He didn't make a thing of it or whatever. Dude didn't get in trouble, but he did had a whole fucking.
So you ever seen that episode of South Park where Cartman makes a bet that you can shove food up your ass and then shit out of your mouth?
I ain't never seen no shit like that going on.
Yeah, that
would have been wild.
That's what I thought you were going with it when you talked about rotisserie chicken. I was like, there's a scene on South Park where Cartman it's Martha Stewart cooks a turkey and she shoves it up her ass.
I remember. Yeah, she like sat on it. Oh, bro. Martha probably could do that though, man. Martha's a real one.
I feel like she's legit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd smash Martha?
Yeah.
Shit,
no doubt. I mean, like for an older lady, she is pretty, but also on the flip side, she is extremely wealthy.
Yeah,
and that does factor in my decision making process.
You think she smells like sweet potatoes?
I bet it's amazing.
And like cilantro and shit like that.
Yeah, I was gonna go with a lavender, maybe
lavender.
Vanilla,
lavender.
Yeah,
she smells like pie crust and shit.
Telling you.
Most definitely.
I bet that'd be the best cooking you ever got in your life on a consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Also, when I was trustee, I got so we used to go to the mayor's office in Rayville, and there would be a female trustee working in the mayor's office. And I talked to one of them. No, I gave my boss. See, he didn't work for the jail, whatever. He worked for the town. Mm-hmm. I gave him some muffins to give to her. Like just a little bit of like jail shit, like here goes some commissary or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we ended up riding the van with them back one time, and she tapped me. I hadn't talked to a girl in like 18 months, and then me and my girl weren't a thing anymore, and so once again I'm off in the head too, so like I overthink shit or whatever. But she tapped me on the shoulder. She was sitting behind me. She's like, "Hey, thanks for those muffins. They're my favorite." And I went to say something, and then my whole tongue just went, and then I just turned back around, and I heard all of them start laughing at me and shit. And then the next day I saw her. I was like, "Hey, I'm just shy or whatever." And so we talked a little bit, but then she ended up going to work release where she could make money. And then there was a new girl in there. And then where was she? She was from like somewhere down in Baton Rouge, another white chick. And then I got her a pack of cigarettes, pack of buglers, because they had buglers in Rayville, roll your cigarettes and shit. Yeah. So I gave her a pack of cigarettes.
I used to smoke those in high school.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I gave her a pack of buglers.
Yeah, it comes in one blue bag, and then it comes in one pouch of rolling papers.
Yeah. I gave her a pack of buglers, and we ended up making out in the broom closet. And then, man, the lady that works right up under the mayor, she saw us. She didn't say anything, man. I could have gotten in trouble so much when I was there. Another time I was on a phone. I didn't have a phone, but I was on somebody's phone. And then we passed by the lady from the jail who's in charge of the trustee jobs. And I'm just on this phone. They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Huh?" And I still
like you work there
to my head. My goodness. Yeah, because when we got shipped there from Bossier, it was such a small, and it's in the middle of a rice field.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Richland Parish. Yeah. And
Jesus.
And then it was this dude. You ever heard of the K-side? Mm-hmm. It's in Bossier. It's the hood right by the boardwalk.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like over there, like Traffic Street and all that. Like if you just keep going.
I know what you're talking
right
about.
about Bossier Elementary.
Where they have like 1st, 2nd, 3rd Street. All that
Yeah.
It's called the K-side.
Yeah, called the K-side.
Why is it called the K-side?
Kelly Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but from what I was told anyway, I'm not from over there or anything. I grew up in the suburbs.
This is why I'm going to call you when I have questions about any shit to do with the city. I'm like, "Hey, yo, Crochet Jay, what's up?
Right. Yeah.
You're like, don't go there, man.
Yeah, I'm not a street dude. I'm just a nerd who went to jail and learned about things. But I knew what the case I was before I went to jail because my homeboy from New Orleans used to stay over there. But anyway, this dude was wild. He was funny, and when we got to Rayville, it was just this tiny little jail. He's like, man, this bitch looks like a school. And then we went to the mess hall, and it looked like a school cafeteria, kind of. And then like they got ice cream there and shit. A lot of trustee or prisons and shit. They got like ice cream cards. You get your shit punched out. Get a blue bell or like a moo bar or some shit. But yeah, bro. And then
ain't it crazy how like institutions like that, they'll take little things.
They do that to pacify you, and because
if you stop and think about it, you start to realize like it's just a conditioning thing.
Yeah.
And they do it in public education as well and everything too. Yeah,
bro. Yeah, because I had commissary because my folks sent me money like damn near every week. So I was generous with my commissary, and like guys told me like wherever you go, if you're kind hearted, people will kind of like
take advantage of it.
Or some people will look out for you because of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So either way, I might have been inadvertently being extorted, but I
didn't get raped. And that's all that matters.
I didn't get stabbed, and my butt did not get tooken. So I made it. I made it out of there, being able to say that.
Never got stabbed and didn't. What'd you say?
My butt did not get tooken.
All right, man. That's gonna be a good way to end that one.
That's the way. Don't get your butt taken out.
Crochet Jay, man. Thanks for coming in for another episode, man. Is there anything you want to plug in the last minute? I don't know if you have anything going on or any stuff like that.
Oh man, just if you're in Shreveport, we got a lot of stuff going on. We got the comedy scene, we got the art scene. The Crochet Festival was yesterday.
Yeah.
St. Vincent Mall is having a resurgence. My homegirl LaShonda Wilcott has a store over at St. Vincent Mall. Some of my products are featured in there.
Cool.
And shit. So yeah.
Check it out, man.
It's called Wilcott Marketplace. It's right when you come in the entrance and shit. So I'll check. She's got a nice boutique going on over there. And we're growing. We're growing with this shit, man. We're growing and we're glowing.
That's what I love about living over here, man, is there's always something cool to do, man.
Mm-hmm.
Real artsy place, a lot of music, a lot of comedy, all kinds of shit you can get into, man.
Most definitely, bro. That's how we met.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's how we met. I was overwhelmed. I'm like, damn, I met like 100 new people over this past year at least. I'm like, damn,
it becomes a lot. I get like that sometimes with comedy because I'll move and do different shows out of Shreveport.
Yeah.
And so sometimes like I'll have like a month. I'm like, I met 40 new people.
Yeah. Yeah. And then people get to come here and you go places. I've never been to any shows outside of here, but people get to come here and see you and talk about you when they go over there, like or like you have connections now and shit. I love it, bro.
Dude, just tag along one day, man. Yeah. One show I got to go to.
Yeah.
Just hop in a car. Because if I'm already going there, you might as well just ride with it, man.
Yeah, I'm going to do it one of the weekends. My wife's mad at me or something, so I can just get away. I'm just kidding. I love you, baby. She's the reason I'm still standing, for sure.
All right, Jay. Well, thanks for coming in, man. It's always a good time, brother. We'll get you back on another time, all right?
All right, shit, yeah.
Cool. See you guys next time.